Hello crafty friends, today I'm going to share with you the making of a very dimensional card using a Hunkydory Deco Large card kit. Now inside this kit you get a half sheet that contains the main picture that we place onto our card or our project. It has a number of sentiments and a decorative strip. This is another sheet of their heavy cardstock printed, and these are our pop-out images that we layer onto that base image for our card. So I'm going to start by popping out layer 1. Now I'm taking my time. They are held in place by little tiny chads, so I just want to go carefully around and pop out my image. This will be the base for all the other layers to pop onto. Okay, so that's our layer for the bottom. This is layer 2. Now my plan is to layer these up using a variety of different strips of foam tape or foam squares and build the image up so it becomes really dimensional. Here I am just carefully making sure everything's in place and aligned. Image number 2 is a little tricky to pop out only because I don't want to tear any of those fine points or the handle of the spoon. You can see I've used a variety of different widths and styles of foam squares or strips, and these bottom layers I want to get a good coverage of foam on those because they need to be sturdy enough to hold up all the other layers we're going to place on top. Layer number 4, so you can see the layers are getting smaller and smaller as they get more dimensional. I'm making sure that I get a nice coverage of foam tape on that rolling pin, back of the rolling pin, and also the spoon that sticks out from the bowl. I don't want these to bend or sag. Lining those up, making sure it's perfectly in place and we've got good coverage. I really enjoy using the Hunkydory squares and foam strips. They have such a variety of sizes and they just make projects like this and shaker cards so much easier. So we're now up to layer 6, and again image is smaller. I'm cutting down some of the foam strips now to fit them into the different angled spots, and that very thinnest strip of foam to go behind the spoon again. Layer number 7, just popping it out here, being careful again. More foam tape on the back and pop that on. Layer number 8, getting almost to the very smallest piece here. Pop that on, it's the front piece of the cake. And I'm just pointing out here, there are 2 more layers you can add of the eggs, but I decided not to add those to it. And here is the finished product with all the pieces assembled. I'm just popping out the base picture now. We're going to put all the dimensional pieces onto that card. I realised I could pop out all those windows there, so I've done that as well. And now I'm going and putting some of those large foam squares on the main piece. Cut one of those in half and placing them in between the window panels. Using those thin foam strips again now to go along the very edge of those window panes so they're nice and securely popped up as well. There we go, all lined up, all put together. So now, oh look at the dimension. It does have a huge amount of dimension. I'm going to go ahead and make the actual card front. So I've taken that sheet of cardstock that was included and I'm going to use the diagonal piece as a main layer. I've also pulled in a piece of paper from the Tonic Studios paper pad there. I'm cutting that 1/8 of an inch smaller, so it gives me a small white border around the outside there. And then because this is heavier cardstock, I'm going to use my glue to attach it. Realised that I had the pattern upside down when I was initially looking at laying it out, and turned the cardstock around. Now I'm attaching that dimensional panel we've made with glue to make sure it sticks there nice and strong. This is one of the printed image strips. It actually has happy birthday written all the way across, and then I'm placing my main sentiment on a phone strip and attaching it to the card. Because I didn't have any gold foiled paper, I've pulled in my Love from Lizzie gold foil peel offs and just running that along the edge of that second layer there. I just want to add some definition and carry through that gold foiling on the image. I'll get my little scissors there and I will trim off all the excess, but keeping those bits for another project. When I peeled off one of the peel offs, I ended up with a tiny part of the pink paper peeling off. I think it was because the glue was wet. So I have covered that up using some of these pretty gold pearls in each corner or opposing corners. Just adjusting till I'm happy, and there is my card front. I'm not going to let the other part of the cardstock sheet go to waste. I've trimmed that down to be slightly smaller than my 6x6 card base. I've taken another piece of the printed trim or borders there and added that on, and popped another happy birthday sentiment inside. And that is my finished card. I hope you enjoyed seeing me put this card together, and I have another kit to try, and I might try that in another video in a little while coming up. And I thought I would finish off with this little quote that I found from Queen and Company. I just think it sums up the way I feel sometimes when I'm in my craft room. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.